We've all been there, haven't we? You wake up one morning and the world just feels a bit grey. The big goals you've set for yourself seem so far away, like distant mountains you can't even see the top of. It's that feeling of being completely and utterly stuck. You know what I mean? It's like trying to run through thick mud. Every single step feels like a monumental effort, and you start to wonder if you'll ever get to the other side. This feeling can be so draining, can't it? It just saps all your energy and makes you want to crawl back under the duvet and hide. When you're in that place, motivation is a word that feels like it belongs to another language. You look at others who seem to be flying along, achieving amazing things, and you think, how do they do it? The gap between where you are and where you want to be can feel like a vast, empty canyon. It's easy to get lost in that feeling of being overwhelmed. The big picture, the massive end goal, suddenly becomes your enemy instead of your inspiration. It just sits there, looming over you, reminding you of how far you still have to go. It's no wonder we sometimes just want to give up completely. This is when the negative thoughts start to creep in, those little whispers that tell you you're not good enough. They say you'll never make it, that you should just stop trying. And it's so easy to listen to them, isn't it? When you're feeling low, those voices can be very loud and very convincing. They paint a picture of failure that feels so real. You start to believe that progress is impossible and that you're destined to stay right where you are, stuck in this frustrating and disheartening place. It's a cycle that can be incredibly hard to break out of, a real confidence knocker. But what if I told you there was a secret weapon? A simple, powerful tool you can use to fight back against that feeling of being stuck. It's something we often overlook in our rush to get to the finish line. It's not about some grand gesture or a sudden burst of superhuman strength. It's much quieter, much gentler, but it's incredibly effective. It's the simple act of noticing and celebrating the small wins. It's about changing your focus from the giant mountain to the very next step right in front of you. This small shift can change everything, I promise you. So what on earth am I talking about when I say small wins? It sounds simple, and honestly it is. A small win is any tiny bit of progress you make towards your goal. It's the little things, the things you might normally dismiss as unimportant. Did you finally make that phone call you've been dreading for days? That's a win. Did you manage to go for a 10-minute walk when you really didn't feel like it? That's a brilliant win. Did you tidy one drawer in a messy room? You've guessed it, that's a win. They are the mini victories that happen every single day. These small achievements are so important because they are the building blocks of success. Think about it, you can't build a house without laying the first brick, can you? And then the next, and the next. Big, life-changing achievements are almost never the result of one giant leap. They are the sum of hundreds or even thousands of tiny steps taken consistently over time. By ignoring these small steps, we are basically ignoring the entire process of how success actually happens. We're only looking for the finished house and completely missing the magic of building it brick by brick. Celebrating these small wins also does something wonderful for our brains. Every time you acknowledge a small success, your brain releases a little bit of dopamine. That's the chemical that makes you feel good. It's the brain's reward system. So, when you pause to say, well done me, I did that, you are literally creating a positive feedback loop. You're teaching your brain that making an effort leads to a reward, which makes you want to make another effort. It's a bit like training a puppy with treats, but you're training your own mind to be more positive and motivated. This is why they matter so much, especially when you're feeling down. When the big goal seems impossible, a small win is proof that you are still moving. It's a little glimmer of light in the darkness. It shows you that you do have some control, that you are capable of making progress, no matter how small. It shifts your focus from what you haven't done to what you have done. And that simple shift in perspective is incredibly powerful. It can be the difference between staying stuck in the mud and taking that next small, squelchy, but forward-moving step. Imagine trying to push a really heavy ball. At the beginning, it takes a huge amount of effort just to get it to budge an inch. It's slow, it's difficult, and you feel like you're getting nowhere. But once it starts to roll, even just a little bit, it becomes easier to keep it going. That's momentum. Celebrating small wins is how you create that momentum in your own life. Each tiny celebration is a little push on that heavy ball. The first win might feel small, but it gets things moving. The next win adds to that movement, and suddenly, you're rolling. This process builds a powerful sense of self-belief. When you start to see a track record of your own small successes, you begin to trust yourself more. You have concrete evidence that you can do things. It's not just wishful thinking anymore, it's a fact. You can look back and say, I did that and that and that too. This creates a foundation of confidence that is so much stronger than just hoping for the best. It's a confidence that is earned, one small victory at a time. It quiets those negative voices because you have real proof that they are wrong. This momentum is your best friend when you face obstacles. And let's be honest, we all face them. Life is full of challenges that can knock us off our feet. When you have a history of celebrating small wins, a setback doesn't feel like the end of the world. It's just a temporary bump in the road. You know you can get back on track because you've done it before. You remember the feeling of overcoming small challenges, and that memory gives you the strength and resilience to tackle the bigger ones. You don't get stuck in despair. You just think, okay, what's my next small step? Think of it like a snowball rolling down a hill. It starts off as a tiny, insignificant ball of snow, but as it rolls, it picks up more and more snow, getting bigger and faster with every turn. Your small wins are just like that. Each one adds to the last, building on top of each other until you have this incredible, unstoppable force of motivation carrying you forward. Before you know it, you're not just taking small steps anymore, you're making significant progress, and that big, scary mountain doesn't seem quite so daunting after all. So, how do we get better at this? How do we actually start celebrating these small wins in our busy lives? The first step is simply to notice them. At the end of each day, take just 5 minutes to think about what you've accomplished. It helps to write it down. Get a lovely notebook and call it your win book. Before you go to sleep, write down at least 3 things you did that day that were a step forward. It could be as simple as drank a glass of water when I woke up, or didn't press the snooze button. The act of writing it down makes it real and solidifies the achievement in your mind. Next, you need to actually celebrate. This doesn't have to be a big, expensive party. The celebration should match the size of the win. Finished a tricky email? Make yourself a lovely cup of tea and properly enjoy it for 5 minutes without distractions. Went for that run? Allow yourself to watch an episode of your favorite show guilt-free. The celebration is the reward. It's you telling yourself, I see you, I see the effort you made, and you deserve something nice for it. It's a simple act of kindness to yourself, and we could all do with a bit more of that. You can also share your wins with someone you trust. Send a text to a friend saying, guess what? I finally tidied that messy cupboard. Sharing our successes, no matter how small, makes them feel more significant. It also lets our friends and family cheer us on, which is a wonderful feeling. It builds a support system around you that is focused on positivity and progress. And when they share their small wins with you, you can be their cheerleader too. It creates a beautiful culture of mutual encouragement, which is just brilliant for everyone involved. Ultimately, this is about shifting your entire mindset from focusing on the huge gap to focusing on the progress. It's about being your own best cheerleader. Be kind to yourself. Recognize that every single step forward, no matter how tiny, is worthy of a little pat on the back. This isn't about ignoring your big goals. It's about making the journey towards them more enjoyable and sustainable. So please, start today. Look for those tiny triumphs. Celebrate them. Enjoy the journey, and you'll find that you reach your destination with a much bigger smile on your face. You've got this.